Good morning, dear students. I am Vinay Srivastava, and today in this video session, I will just tell you about the structure of atom. This is for class 8th chemistry. So, when we are just going for the atom is the fundamental building block of any matter. When we are just talking about the atoms are just going to combine to make molecules of element or compound. When we are just talking about the atoms, there is a theory just given by John Dalton that has just been known as Dalton's atomic theory. And regarding this theory, when we are just talking about the atoms are the smallest part of the substance or matter. These are the tiny particles, those cannot be further divided. When we are just talking about the atom of element, the atom of the element are alike, but if you are just talking about different elements, the atoms of different element are different from each other. If we are just talking about the atoms, they are just going to combine to make a molecule of the element. And if you are just talking about the combination of different type of elements and their atoms, then they are just going to make compound. Now when we are just going for the atom is just the smallest part of any substance or matter. But atom is just made by some permanent particles. Those are just known as subatomic particles or fundamental particles. Those are just known as the electron, proton and neutron. So when we just talk about the electron was just discovered by J.J. Thomson. And the second, proton, that was just discovered by E. Goldstein, and neutron, that was just discovered by James Chadwick. When we are just going for the discovery of electron, it is just related with the J.J. Thomson. He had just taken a discharge tube where he had just taken a low pressure and high voltage, and when he just passed the electricity in this discharge tube, he had just found this side, that is the cathode side. There is some emission of rays, and those rays are just moving towards the anode side, that is the positive side. And regarding that practical, he had just said that the rays those are just releasing from the cathode side are negatively charged, and due to that he has termed that rays in the form of cathode rays. Later on, these rays are just termed as the electron. And if we are just going for the properties of electron, then it is negatively charged and its mass is approximately 1 by 1840th part of the hydrogen atom. And if we are just talking about the mass of the electron, it is approximately 9 into 10 to the power minus 28 grams. And when we are just going for the symbol of the electron, then it is just indicated by E, and we have one minus negative charge, and this negative charge is approximately 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So it is the minus 1 charge that is just on electron. Now when we are just going for the discovery of proton, as the electron was negative particle, there was one more, the proton, that is positive particle. If you are just going for the discovery of proton, then at the same time the Goldstein had just discovered it through the discharge tube. He had just also used the discharge tube in a low pressure and at a high voltage, and when he passed that high voltage electricity in this discharge tube, he found that from this anode side there is some rays, those are just releasing and moving towards the cathode side. And on the basis of this nature of these rays, he has just termed these rays as for the proton, because these are the positive one. And regarding the proton is positive charge and it is just represented by P. And if you are just talking about the charge, then it is plus 1, and at the same time it will be 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. but it will be positive, and in electron it will be negative. So when we are just talking about the properties, its mass is very much higher than the mass of electron. The mass of proton is equal to the mass of hydrogen atom, and it is approximately 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. So it is approximately 10,000 times heavier than in comparison of electron. So when we are just going for the electron and proton, then we are just having a atomic model that has just proposed by the J.J. Thomson. It was the first atomic model that was just given by any scientist. He had just said that if we are just talking about the atom is a spherical structure in which there are a lot of positive charge are present, and in between those positive charge there are some negative charge. But as for the discovery of nucleus, this particular atomic model was just refused. This model was also known as plum pudding model or watermelon model. This was just given by J.J. Thomson. Now, as for the discussion, this was refused due to the uncertainty of positive and negative charge. Later on, the Rutherford has just discovered the nucleus through his scattering experiment, where he had just bombarded the alpha particles, positive charge alpha particles, on a gold foul. And he found, if we are just going for the gold foul, then if we are just bombarding that alpha particle and there is a gold foul, he found if the alpha particles are just passing over here, some of the alpha particles are just passing through the gold foul, but some of the points are just blackened. It means all the alpha particles are just not passing through the gold foul, and they are just giving a black spot on the X-ray plate or this particular screen. Due to that, he has just said that there is something solid in between the atom. So later on, he has just said there is some particular positively charged part inside the atom, and he termed it as the nucleus. So if we are just going for the atom has one nucleus that was just discovered by the Rutherford, and it is positively charged. Now when we are just going for the discovery of neutron, the discovery of neutron is just related with the James Chadwick, and James Chadwick has just also discovered it through the discharge tube, where he has just passed the alpha particles and found that there are some particular rays, those are just not reflected or deflected through the magnetic field. If we are just going for the imitation of some particular rays from this point, and if we are just keeping one positive side and one negative side, then he found there are some particular rays, those are just going for this side and some are just going this side, but some of the rays are just going directly. So he just said there are some particular particles, those are just neutral in nature, and due to its neutral nature, it was just termed as neutron, and it has not any type of charge, and it was just termed as N. So if we are just talking about the subatomic particles, there were three: electron, proton and neutron. And in neutron, the mass is approximately equal to the hydrogen atom. It means its mass is approximately equal to the mass of proton. So when we are just talking about the particles, the electron, proton and neutron, these are the subatomic particles. Those are just found in the atom. Now when we are just going for the Rutherford has also just given a atomic model in which he said that the atoms are having two particular parts in which they are just arranged there subatomic particles. The first part, that is the central part, that is nucleus, in which positively charged protons are present, and the outer part, that is just orbit, and that is containing electron. But as for the Rutherford's model, he was just not clarifying that why these electrons are just not going to collapse with this positive charge nucleus. So due to that, the Rutherford's model was just refused. But further on, the Niels Bohr has just given his atomic model by the rectification of the model of Rutherford. And in this, he has just said, if you are just talking about the nucleus, then it has the proton and neutron. And if you are just talking about this circular path, these are orbit. And in these orbit, there are electrons. So these electrons, if you are just talking about the orbit, then as for the Niels Bohr, this is the nucleus where the proton and neutrons are present, and this is the orbit where the electrons are present. And these electrons are just moving around this nucleus continuously without any break, because of having a constant kinetic energy. So as for the Niels Bohr atomic model, it was just certain and clarified all the things regarding the atomic structure. So it was the structure of atom, in which I just told you about the subatomic particles, the atomic model of Thomson, and the atomic model of Niels Bohr. In next topic, we will just discuss about the distribution of electrons and chemical bonding. Okay, thank you.